Can you remember the first red velvet pie you ever tasted? Word in town says Mary Moore makes the sweetest red velvet pie. It really is something to rave about, and that's exactly what Tommy Johnson did. In a town like Hickleby Village, well, it's hard not to do. Word spreads like a knife cutting through a chocolate cake. First came Tommy, and he came and came again, and then came Tommy Johnson Sr., curious to find out what kept his boy running down the lane. One slice and the questions ran out of his mind. Well, and how true it is, you can't teach a young boy an old dog's tricks. Indeed, all the boys loved Mary Moore. Oh, but for the one who did, Christopher, the only gentleman in Hickleby, not some inbred buck-toothed slob. He had good teeth. What a smile. Boy could bite through a picket fence. That was passion. The first time I ever loved someone. What does a small town with gray clouds and oily air know about happiness or anybody who lives in it, huh? Mary Moore did what all stupid, happy fools do. I said yes. Yes, Christopher, I'll marry you. Following Hickleby's famous tradition, we agreed to marry the day before his birthday, for good luck. Now that day I baked him the best red velvet pie I ever made. I needed 17 candles, so I walked up the lane and into old Mrs. Handel's shop. As I walked back down the lane, I noticed a peculiar alley. Peculiar only because I felt a bit of an itch. An itch that turns into a rash, the kind you can't shake off or cure easy. So I followed that feeling up the dark alley and into the doors at the dead end. Never thinking to knock, I opened the doors of the old medicine warehouse. I couldn't have been that loud because they didn't notice me. Christopher jumped for joy. Right into Tommy Johnson. Mary Moore did not weep a tear that day. She ran home and waited until the love of her life was seated at the table and about to blow out his candles, and with each candle the countdown neared close. As he blew out the last candle, I blew back. The walls began to fall, and the thunder raging between my palms would shake and tumble this God-forsaken town. If this town keeps praying for rain, I'll give the gods their sacrifices. Stop crying, Mary. Wipe off that makeup, fix your dress, and clean up the mess. Wash the knife, dig up a grave, and lay him to rest. Word spread around the town that Christopher had eloped elsewhere with another woman. Oh, but there's not enough time to enjoy that joke. There's a knock at the door. It's Father Elsinger. What's that you say, Father? Oh, a slice of red velvet cake? Oh, certainly, Father. But Father, the cake is on the table. Oh, no, please. Let me cut you a slice. I insist. Bang! Oops, we both missed the cake. Well, it's a good thing I hadn't completely filled up that grave. Has Mary any feeling at all? Now, Mary feels too much. If Mary didn't feel, she'd have never let anybody into her doors. She'd have never fallen in love and given her heart away time and time again. They all took a chunk of me. A cake isn't much if there's hardly any left on the plate. So a boy wants the last sugar in this bowl. Willard said yes. Peter said yes. Winston wouldn't refuse if the honey came with the bees. Henry and William were the most unfaithful. They should have stayed home with their little wives. You just can't break promises when you chop about at wood. You can't do that. Hickleby's murder mystery came to an end after winter. The sacristans grew stronger while the bodies withered beneath. And the town did what it was best at, forgetting life continued without living. The sign in front read, "Welcome to Hickleby," but nobody ever leaves or comes in. Mary Moore stepped out one morning, looked forward, and never stopped walking.